I don't care how angry Maddie gets. You two shouldn't be together, you're toxic.
Is she going to be okay?
Every second counts.
Euphoria Season 3 premieres on April 12th, but before you watch any single episode, let's set the scene about where each actor is in their personal life. In fact, there's actually one cast member whose real-life situation is almost more dramatic than anything that Sam Levinson could have written for them. But we'll get into that later.
The fact that you're even asking me to explain it to you is kind of an even bigger.
Oh, I don't understand how such a small fucking thing has become such a big fucking thing.
First, let's go through the full cast, who they're with, how old they are, and what's actually been happening in their lives these last 4 years that the show was off air. Let's start with Zendaya Coleman, who's played the main character Rue Bennett since the show first aired in 2019. And at this point, I think it's safe to say the gap between her fictional life and her real one couldn't be more different. In the most recent preview for Season 3 of the show, it's shown to us that Rue is in debt to a drug dealer in Mexico.
Hi, I'm Rue. Good to see you. I would love to present you with a business opportunity. Okay.
Zendaya, meanwhile, keeps a quiet, chill lifestyle and even allegedly got married recently without anyone finding out. She turned 29 on September 1st last year, born in 1996, same year as her partner Tom Holland actually, which makes them almost exactly the same age, just 3 months apart. They first met in 2016 on the set of Spider-Man's Homecoming and spent years insisting to anyone who would listen that they were just best friends. That is until they got caught kissing in a car in 2021. After that, the rest is history, really. Next up was their rumored engagement, which became the talk of the town, all starting at the Golden Globes in January of 2025, when Zendaya arrived wearing a diamond ring that was the main headline after the event. Despite all the renowned winners in all the categories of the award show, this is what people were taking away from the event. People magazine further confirmed Tom had proposed during the holidays and had asked her father for permission first. Late last year, even Tom affirmed that when a reporter at a public panel called Zendaya Tom's girlfriend, and he corrected them pleasantly but firmly by saying fiancé.
I brought my daughter and she got to meet your girlfriend. And so I was father of the year, at least for that weekend.
Then, in February 2026, she was spotted wearing a plain gold band. No engagement ring, just the band. And in early March, her longtime stylist, Law Roach, was stopped at a red carpet at the Actors Awards, and he told Access Hollywood, "The wedding's already happened. You missed it."
But we are living for Zendaya's wedding looks.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can tease for us?
The wedding has already happened. You missed it.
Neither Zendaya nor Tom have directly confirmed or denied any of it. There are no photos, no venue details, no guest list. Although Tom's brother Sam did post an Instagram photo in October captioned, "Survive wedding season in style," which the internet immediately went into a tizzy over, but he never actually explained what it truly meant. Now, before Tom, Zendaya was briefly linked to her Euphoria co-star Jacob Elordi in 2019. They were photographed on vacation together in Greece, as well as a few other places, but neither of them ever confirmed it. I think we're noticing a pattern here, right? Speaking of Jacob Elordi, Nate Jacobs himself turns 28 this June, and his dating history is actually one of the more chaotic on this cast list, in my opinion. The Brisbane-born actor got the world's attention in the 2018 Netflix film called The Kissing Booth, where he eventually ended up dating his co-star Joey King both on and off screen. That relationship lasted from 2017 to early 2019, and after it ended, they actually had to go back and film 2 sequels together, playing a couple. So that must have been pretty awkward, but they did keep it professional.
What?
I don't know, you seem so grown up.
I was gonna say the same thing about you.
Then came the Zendaya chapter I already mentioned, followed by dating model Kaya Gerber, who's the daughter of Cindy Crawford. This pair was linked from late 2020 through late 2021. She described the relationship warmly in Vogue at the time, but in 2021, the relationship fizzled out. The longest and most recent chapter has been with Olivia Jade, an influencer and the daughter of actress Lori Loughlin. Yes, the one from the college admission scandal. They first got photographed together in December of 2021, then split in August 2022, reunited and vacationed together in Italy in 2023, then split again in 2025, and then in January 2026 were spotted leaving a New York hotel together. Sources told Us Weekly that they had never really stopped talking and were always planning to see each other whenever he's in the city. Around the same time, he was also being linked to Australian model Maddie Fogg after the two were seen leaving a Wuthering Heights premiere after party in London together at 3 a.m. Neither of them has said a word about it though. Elordi also doesn't really discuss his love life in interviews. When GQ pressed him on it, he said, "I really appreciate you giving me space." That's it. That's the whole answer.
You're busting to talk, but I'm too busy dying. Grief ended when he died. The widower like soldiers who won't live life their mates missed. I really like that, and I'm not too sure why. So don't ask.
Now, if Elordi keeps things locked down, his co-star Sydney Sweeney has had the opposite year. A very public unraveling of a very private relationship. Sydney, who plays Cassie Howard, was born on September 12, 1997 in Spokane, Washington, making her 28 years old. She spent 7 years with Chicago businessman Jonathan Davenot. They started dating in 2018, got engaged in 2022, and they even co-founded a production company together that produced Anyone But You and Immaculate. For most of that time, she actively kept him out of the public eye, even saying, "I don't date people in the spotlight," which he said to Cosmopolitan in 2022. "I can just be normal Sydney that way." So their split came as a shock in early 2025. She confirmed it plainly when she did an interview with Times UK. When asked if she was still planning a wedding, she simply said no. Since then, she's been linked to music executive Scooter Braun, which she's never addressed directly, even though the pair have been seen canoodling at parks and meals. Her name also came up alongside Glenn Powell's, a rumor that's followed her since Anyone But You filming in 2023. This is one she's consistently denied, though, pointing out that they were just convincing actors in the same film.
Craziest rumor I've seen is that while I was filming Anyone But You, I was having an affair with my co-star Glenn Powell. That's obviously not true. Me and my fiance produced a movie together, and he was there the entire shoot. He's the man of my dreams.
But some people speculate that that was just a cover answer. While Sydney was navigating all of that, Hunter Schafer, who plays Jules Vaughn, was doing something she described as healing. The actress and model, born on the last day of 1999, recently rang in her 26th birthday on New Year's Eve. She's currently single, and she's been very open about the fact that she isn't rushing into anything new. Her most public relationship was with Dominic Fike, who was actually her Euphoria co-star and the actor who plays the character Elliot. This relationship started in early 2022 and ended around July 2023. They confirmed the relationship themselves via Instagram. Dominic posted a photo of them kissing and she reposted it, and that was that. When it ended, Fike cited codependency issues in an Apple Music interview that he did, whereas Hunter told a different story on the podcast Call Her Daddy. She said he had cheated. She was very measured about it, though, acknowledging real love alongside the real hurt. She even said the breakup was one of the cleaner ones that she had had.
He was not perfect. It's no secret. It's out there in the world, and it's part of why the relationship ended is I got cheated on for the first time. And he's talked about this too, like in his song, he writes about it. So it's fine to be talking about it today, and it's like part of my truth.
Actually, the bigger surprise came in April 2024, when Hunter confirmed during a GQ interview that she and singer Rosalia had actually dated briefly back in 2019. 5 months, it was completely private, and it was years before either of them had reached their current level of fame. She said she'd spoken with Rosalia before disclosing this publicly and described the friendship that remained as something close to family. Now here's one detail worth noting. Rosalia has actually been cast in Euphoria Season 3. The two of them will be on the same set list, playing characters in the same story. Whatever that dynamic looks like, only Sam Levinson is the one who knows. Now, transitioning from one of the show's most emotionally complicated relationship histories to someone who has managed to keep things considerably quieter, and that's Maud Apatow, who plays Lexi Howard, Cassie's younger sister. She's actually been in a happy and relatively low drama relationship since early 2024. She turned 28 in December. She was born on the 15th, which makes her a Sagittarius if you care about that kind of thing. And she's actually been dating Irish actor Patrick Gibson. You might know him from The OA, or more recently where he played Dexter in the show's prequel called Original Sin. They went Instagram official back in June 2024 when Gibson posted a photo kissing her on the cheek at a basketball game. She commented, "I love you," and he replied, "Forever." They showed up publicly at a summer event in LA the following month, arriving alongside Maud's mom, Leslie Mann. Before Gibson, she had a long-term relationship with British talent manager Charlie Christie from around 2018 to 2023. There were also unconfirmed rumors linking her to Euphoria co-star Lucas Gage. They spent time together, nothing was ever confirmed, and it pretty much faded away in the way those things tend to. So even though Maud is technically considered a Nepo baby, being that her mom is, like I said, Leslie Mann, and her dad is director Judd Apatow, what I love about her is that she refuses to let this sort of Nepo baby discourse define her.
I can't believe I'm here tonight with so many amazing women, and I feel so lucky to be a part of women in film and women in this community. This is a huge honor, and I'm very grateful.
She went off-Broadway, then to West End, then directed her first feature, and now in Season 3 of Euphoria, the character that she plays, Lexi, is an assistant to a showrunner played by Sharon Stone. So I'm personally really excited to see that side of her. And then there's the most private cast member, Alexa Demi, who plays Maddie Perez. Now, people are constantly thirsting for information about her because she doesn't ever share anything about her personal life. We believe Alexa was born on December 11th of 1990, which would make her 35 years old. But she's kind of been the subject of an internet age debate for years. When Euphoria first premiered in 2019, press materials listed her as 24 years old. But fans eventually traced what appeared to be her high school graduation year to 2008. Her Wikipedia page has also cycled through multiple birth years, but she's never publicly addressed any of it, which made people only more curious. Now, as for romance, Alexa has been linked with musician Christian Barashaj, who records as JMSN. And this goes back to 2017 when she first appeared in his music video for the song Slide. Now, they've been suspected to have been in an actual relationship since around 2018, and the pair seem to have been going strong for that time. But in 2025, fans started to speculate that the pair had gone their separate ways. They no longer followed each other on social media, and JMSN's new album had some overly specific lyrics, which seemed to hint at an ending of sorts. For now, it's still unclear where they stand, but apart from some thirsty comments on Instagram from Jeremy Allen White, Alexa hasn't been linked to anyone else in the recent past. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a speed round to talk about the lives and relationships of the actors of Euphoria who won't be returning for season 3. So first up is Barbie Thieria, who played Kat Hernandez for the first 2 seasons of the show. And her exit in 2022 definitely generated some noise about creative differences that she had with Sam Levinson, who's the show's creator.
I mean, I'm like kind of trying to just figure it out myself, you know, like.
She's been more measured about it since, even on the podcast The Vial Files, saying, "I think it was very mutual and there was just nowhere to go," in reference to the character. She's now 29 years old and she's been in a relationship with musician Elle Puckett since 2019, which is a partnership she actually came out as queer to publicly discuss in 2022 on her Cosmopolitan cover story. Storm Reed, who played Gia, Rue's younger sister, announced her season 3 exit at the Governor's Awards in November 2024, saying the character simply didn't have a storyline this time around. She's 22 years old, born July 1st in 2003, and has built an impressive resume well beyond Euphoria. She won an Emmy for The Last of Us, appeared in The Nun 2, and is currently enrolled at USC. She was publicly linked to quarterback Shadar Saunders, son of Deion Sanders, for a stretch in 2023, bringing him to the Missing premiere as her red carpet date. As of now, she appears to be focused on her degree and expanding her film career. And then there's Angus Cloud, who played Fez, and this one's definitely worth pausing on.
Look, man, all I'm saying is leave her and her friends alone. It's a threat.
Angus unfortunately passed away on July 31st, 2023 at only 25 years old, and only 1 week after burying his own father. His family described him as having struggled deeply with that loss. He had never actually acted before being on Euphoria. A casting director spotted him on a street in Manhattan, and he made his character look effortless for 2 full seasons. We're not exactly sure how it'll play out in season 3, but we know that the show is going to have some sort of tribute to him, and he will be missed dearly by the cast and the fans of the show. And finally, we have the character of Cal Jacobs. Eric Dane, who played Jacob Elordi's father on the show and was beloved by a generation as McSteamy on Grey's Anatomy.
Listen to me. You need to stay composed. Don't get angry, don't make a scene. You walk out of the school with your head held high.
Unfortunately, also passed away on February 19th of this year at just 53 years old. This was after a battle with ALS that he had announced just 10 months earlier. What's remarkable is that it's believed that he completed all of his filming for season 3 of Euphoria before he passed away. But at this point, it's still unclear for sure if he'll make an appearance in the final season for this reason. Prior to this, he and actress Rebecca Gayheart, most recognized from her Noxzema commercials and various TV roles in the 90s, were married in October 2004 and had 2 daughters together. Gayheart filed for divorce in 2018, and at the time of his death, he was actually in a relationship with a woman called Janelle Shirtcliffe, a well-known American filmmaker, photographer, and music video director. On April 12th, we're going to see an end to this epic series that changed TV culture as we know it. So let us know below, who are you most looking forward to seeing on screen again? So that's all for now, guys, and peace.